Welcome to Movement Monday. I'm Dr. Jason, and today's Monday, and we got to get our body moving because mobility is everything. So we're starting out with ankle mobility today. We're going to start out against the wall, and we're going to go to those calf raises. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right around there, I start to feel it. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm getting a little tired. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so we started out with 30 calf raises. I feel it. My ankles are alive. The calves are a muscle that cross two joints, the knee joint and the ankle joint. You can do those if you don't need a wall and you just want to do them like this. 1, 2, 3. That's fine. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take our ankle. So we got our right foot. We're going to put our toe into the ground and we're going to roll our ankle. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Going for full circles. We're going to take the other one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1. A little less coordinated over here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, you want to do about 2 or 3 sets on either side. Then what we're going to do is we're going to get into the low squat position, right? Low squat. Hands can be here, hands can be here. We're going to put our hands on the ground. If you can get them flat, great. If you have to use a couple of yoga blocks up here, that's okay. If you can get your fingertips. Here I've got my hands here. We're going to go up now and we're going to do some calf raises in this position. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're going to go into what we call like a frog squat. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my hands on the ground and then I'm going to go down onto my ankles and I'm going to sit like this. You can put your hands up here. In yoga they say this is for receiving, your hands down for grounding. You're going to breathe. My anterior talofibular ligament is being stretched for those anatomy geeks. Bringing my foot into what's called plantar flexion towards the ground, getting a nice stretch on my ankle. Once I've done that for a minute, I'm going to then go onto both knees. My toes are touching. My ankles are folded back into plantar flexion. I'm going to then make my way back onto my elbows. Okay, I'm here. We're going to see if we can go a little further. Here, my knees are on the ground. My feet are on the ground, plantar flex. My head is on the ground, trying to keep the knees together. I feel it in my knees, my quads, and oh yes, my ankles. Now, if you can't do that, you can go here. You can just sit here, but then the next exercise builds. And we're going to now have our hands on the ground. We're going to have our knees together, our ankles together, and we're going to lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then back up. And we're going to go through it again. Now the key is this. You saw maybe the exercise video we did with the wrists where we did like this. We went into a wrist flexion and then we went even into a plank like so. And many people look at that and they go, wow, oh my God. So you've got to get your feet into the same position where you really stretch them and you test them so that you can actually use them, because there's no limits to our body other than the limits we self-impose. And we put limits on our body, especially our ankles, because we sit so much. Because we stand, maybe you're in retail, you're in one place, you're standing there. So once you've gotten your calves moving, once you've gotten your ankles stretched out and rolled out, doing some simple ankle mobility exercises, and if you want to take it to the next level, you can balance on one leg. You can have your hands out and open. I'm using what's called proprioceptors. Seems simple, try it. Right leg straight, not locked, but straight. Knee out at 90 degrees, like so. You can rep this out if you want to extend your leg. If you want to go ahead and reach down and grab your leg and do a forward fold or have your leg out, there's a lot of variations. But what I want you to do is just simply stand in this position, ankle under your knee, knee straight out from the hip. And again, you can go down this way, you can grab and go out, but what I want is for you to have proprioception, which is firing in your ankle that comes from exercise and from repetition and movement, and then on top of that, from balance. You do those simple things for ankle mobility and you'll be well on your way to being more mobile, more fluid and flexible. Let me know how it works for you in the comments below. Now, one of the important things about ankle mobility, because you might be watching this and saying, well, that sounds cool, but I don't really think that applies to me. I don't have any ankle mobility issues. And what you may find is that you have trouble getting into this low squat position. You may find that getting in here, you go, oh my God, I feel it on the front of my shins, it's pulling, it hurts. Because I remember when I did it, one of the limiting factors was right here, my anterior tibialis, where you get those shin splints, was just ripping, like, oh my God. So having ankle mobility and hip mobility and knee mobility is what allows us to either walk like this, where you actually pick up your legs. I don't feel that in my ankle, or you do a duck walk like this. Because being able to use your body and use it close to the ground and not be in pain when you do it and not be limited and scared of falling down is what mobility is all about. So whether it's wrist mobility or ankle mobility, being able to utilize your body for what it was made for is critical. And ankle mobility is just one part of having full body mobility, that if you want to have that active health lifestyle where you're not afraid of going for a walk, you're not afraid of going up or down the stairs, you can use your body. You got to have that mobility. Another way to roll out your ankles and to get a more full range of motion is to have your leg right in front of you, your knee straight, to roll externally. Sometimes it helps to hold the palms open like this. You're going to do 10 or 20 rolls to the right, 10 or 20 rolls to the left. Big full circles. You'd slow it down. It's more important that you get the full range of motion than it is that you rush through it. And then once you get it, we're going to go to the other side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And even I can see the differences from left to right. I had a broken ankle years ago, had to rehab it. It's these little types of things that make such a big difference when you're actually trying to get big gains, when you're trying to lift heavy weights, or you're trying to, let's say, be very active and do something where you're kicking a bag. Having that mobility and being able to take your body to a high level requires mobility. Otherwise, what will happen is you'll do it and you'll hurt yourself. We don't want that. Now here's the modification. If you can't stand there alone and you're lifting up your leg going, oh my God, I'm just trying to balance, I can't, how am I gonna roll my ankle? I get it. I get it. It's not easy sometimes. You wanna come over to a wall, be relatively close. You can stand farther out, but if you stand close, I think it's a little easier. Again, rolling your ankle out, both directions. The key is the full range of motion and going through all the reps. Rather than just trying to get through it quickly, actually repping it out. Again, if I turn this way, I can do my rolls here. If you think about it and you need the stability, you could actually lean here. You could do it upright, but if you put your weight into the wall, you're not going anywhere. You could hold your leg in front of you. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Same thing here. 1, 2, 3, all the way to 10 or 20. 1, 2, 3. Having that mobility is huge, and you might find that after doing a few repetitions, you're really tired. Oh my God. I go to get my mail every day. I walk down the block. I take my dog for a walk. I'm fine. I start moving my ankle. Wow. That's because you've got muscles and tissues that you haven't been using. And the body you don't use is the body